Hello, my dear students. I'm over here for a quick discussion, or basically for a quick discussion on the amendments which are to be made in your chart book version 10. And these amendments are the amendments which are applicable for May 24. As all of you know, the chart book version 10 was a common chart book for the November 23 as well as for the May 24. Now, the amendments which came after 30th of April 2023 up to 31st of October 2023 was not being incorporated in the chart book because those were not applicable for November 23 exam and those amendments were not available at the time when we released the chart book. Now this same version 10 chart book has been continued for May 24 attempt. So whatever changes are to be made in your chart book, we will be making it now. So all the students who have the chart book version 9 also can refer to these changes. You can also have one pen. Along with that, you can have that post-its which are there so that you can post it in your chart book wherever you want to make any changes, any notes, etc. So what I will be doing in this lecture, basically all the changes which are applicable for your May 24 exam in the version 10 chart book, I'll be going ahead and making, because for May 24 exam we have not gone ahead and released any new chart book. The version 10 chart book which was applicable for November 23 is also being continued for May 24. Whatever amendments have come for the May 24 exam, specifically I'll be quickly going ahead and telling you what are the changes to be made, what are the additions that you can go ahead and make in your chart book. Done, sir. Now, sir, where do we find this material? Baba, this material you can go to rameshsoni.com. Under rameshsoni.com, free resources, CA Final May 24 folder. In the CA Final May 24 folder, amendments for Chartbook version 10, statutory updates applicable for May 24, May or June 2024, whether the exam happens in May or the exams happen in June. Baba, these are the changes. You will have to take care of it. Done, sir. Please keep a permanent marker like this so that whatever changes you want to write, you can write it in the chart book. Green is preferable. Plus, you can have a post-it with you wherein you can, if you are not able to write in the chart book, in a small post-it you can write and stick it in your chart book so that one day before the exam you can cover everything. And trust me, when you write all these changes with your own hand, all the students doing it, 15 marks are a bonus. Why? Because 15 marks at least from the amendments will come and you will be knowing all the amendments because you have written it with your own hand and memorized it. Chalo, let's go ahead and quickly cover. One thing which I want to tell you, these amendments which I am telling you in the chart book, I'll be quickly going through them. I'll not be going ahead and detailed me explaining all the amendment. If you want to listen to the detailed video on amendment, I'll provide the link in the description. You can refer to the detailed video. In the detailed video, all the amendments are explained in detail also. Chalo, let's go ahead and start covering all the amendments for the May 24 exam. Please come to your chart book. Now, let's do the amendments for chapter number 1. Everyone listen carefully. Although many students have been texting me saying, sir, this chapter number 1 which is there has been deleted by the ICI. Baba, it has not been deleted by the ICI. When you see chapter number 2 of the material which has been released by the ICI, under chapter number 2, after the question answers gets over, annexure has been provided wherein chapter number 1 has been included there. So they have gone ahead and included it in their material. Now, what I will tell you to do, listen carefully. You have already learned chapter number 1. Baba, it's a base chapter. You must know this chapter and you have done it. Congratulations. Very good. You must be knowing this chapter, because if you don't have a good base, the building which will come up, the remaining chapter which you will learn, you will not learn it well. And hence, Baba, you must do this chapter. Okay. Not doing question answers before the exam is okay. Not solving question answers from this chapter is okay. Only studying this chapter and understanding this chapter is very, very important. Now, when you see the chapter number 2 ka annexure which has been provided by the ICI, in that annexure they have included the complete chapter number 1, excluding these deficiencies, these benefits of GST, and this constitutional provision. These 3 points they have not gone ahead and covered in the annexure which has been provided after chapter number 2. So I can say that okay, these 3, if you don't want to cover, don't cover, no problem at all. Done. That's all is with respect to chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, you have studied, you have revised, very good. You must know this chapter. I'll go ahead and close my discussion on chapter number 1. Done. Now, chapter number 2, supply measure. What are the changes? In the chapter of supply, Listen to me very carefully. The first thing which they have gone ahead and done is Schedule 3. You have to remember, everyone over here, Schedule 3, actionable claim except specified actionable claim. They have gone ahead and told, earlier it used to be actionable claim other than lottery, betting and gambling. Now, casinos, horse racing, online money gaming which happens, poker khelo, betting online which happen, those also they have gone ahead and covered and told actionable claim will now actionable claims are goods, but supply of all actionable claims are not good. Other than supply of all actionable claims are other than specified actionable claim will be neither supply of goods nor supply of service, meaning thereby that specified actionable claims which are there, whenever you supply, GST will come. Now, sir, what are the specified actionable claim? Lottery, betting, gambling, casinos, horse racing and online money gaming has now been included, meaning thereby lottery, betting, gambling, casino, horse racing and online money gaming pay GST will come. Done, sir. Point is clear. First thing, change. Secondly, they have also gone ahead and issued a circular with respect to composite supply, which you have to understand. Baba, for detailed understanding, you can go and refer to the amendment video. Okay, I am just going ahead and quickly covering so that you quickly revise or quickly make the changes in your chart book. Now listen, food and beverages which are supplied at cinema hall, if you went and bought food and you bought the ticket online, then when you were watching the movie, you bought some food and beverages. Remember, food and beverages which are supplied independently at the cinema hall, taxable as restaurant service. But along with the ticket, they told if you buy the ticket plus you buy one Pepsi and popcorn, that will be only 400 rupees and they have given a composite supply to you. In that scenario, remember, it's a composite supply, ticket plus that food being supplied together, it will be taxable at the rate of principal supply, which is supply of services of exhibition of cinema. I hope this point is clear. Taxable at the rate of principal supply, which is basically supply of services of exhibition of cinema. I hope this point is clear. Done, sir. Now, one more point which they have gone ahead and issued a circular on. Sir, holding companies holding some shares in the subsidiary company. One holding company is holding some shares in the subsidiary company. Then, just because it is holding shares in the subsidiary company, will it be deemed that the holding company has provided some services to the subsidiary company and GST will come? Clarification, holding of shares of the subsidiary company by the holding company per se, it cannot be a supply of service and there will be no GST unless there is actually some service which is provided and it is following the definition of supply. I hope this point is clear to all. Here we are done with the amendments relating to the chapter of supply. Now, what are the amendments in the chapter of nature of supply? Remember one thing, section number 16 is there, which talks about zero rated supply. Exports are zero rated, and when you are supplying to an SEZ unit or developer, that is zero rated, correct? Now, to make zero rated supply, there were two options. One option was, sir, please go ahead and give LUT or bond, ITC refund will be given. Now, they have gone ahead and told over here, okay, and the second method was pay IGST, take a refund of IGST. Correct, sir? Yes. Now, these two methods were there for zero rated supply. The first method, they named it now as point number 3, and this second method which was there, payment of IGST and claiming a refund of IGST, has been now named as fourth point. Means section number 16 has now 4 subsections. See guys, third subsection and fourth subsection. Now, in the third subsection, they have gone ahead and inserted a proviso also. What is the proviso? I have gone ahead and written the proviso below, saying that whenever you are making supply of goods, remember, if you don't realize the foreign currency, basically the sale proceeds, you have to deposit the ITC refunded within 30 days after the expiry of the time limit as given by FEMA. It means if you have gone ahead and made a supply, zero rated supply, basically you have gone ahead and made an export of goods and you don't realize the foreign currency, because once you have done the export of goods, now realization of foreign currency, this is already there in the proviso under your export of goods wala chapter. If I am not wrong, rule number 96B mein this proviso is already there. Now they have put it in the section number 16 also. What is the proviso? If you don't realize the foreign currency, then you have to go ahead and deposit whatever the ITC was refunded to you within 30 days after the expiry of time limit as per FEMA. Done, sir. Secondly, fourth point was there, supply on payment of IGST, and then you can claim a refund of this IGST paid. This is also one method of going ahead and making zero rated supply. Now they have gone ahead and told it is only for notified class of person and only for notified goods and service. They have gone ahead and simply told that only for notified person and notified goods and service will go ahead and allow this. Basically, now I'll show you 1 minute. What have they gone ahead and told over here? For this, they have gone ahead and told, they have issued one notification and told that all goods and services have been notified as a class of as the class of goods and service which may be exported on payment of IGST and on which the supplier can go ahead and claim a refund of the IGST so paid. Okay? Plus, they have gone ahead and told all the suppliers who are supplying to SEZ unit are now being notified and they can go ahead and supply to SEZ unit on payment of IGST and they can go ahead and claim a refund of the IGST paid. It means all the goods and services which are exported outside India or all the suppliers who are supplying to SEZ unit can go ahead and pay IGST and claim a refund of IGST except notified goods. Baba, notified goods, actually there is a long list which is there, but you don't have to remember the list. It is just tobacco, pan masala, essential oil of peppermint, spearmints, etc. You don't have to remember this list. That's all is the change which has been made over here. Third point, and now this is the fourth point. That's all, everyone. We are done with a chapter of nature of supply. Now let's cover the amendments which are there in the charge of GST. Charge of GST, chapter number 4. What are the various amendments? Section number 9.3. I hope you guys remember section number 9.3. Baba, in between, I am also going ahead and showing you my statutory update material. Because whenever I am telling you about the amendment, I am also showing it to you sometimes from the statutory update material. This statutory update material is also available in rameshsoni.com under free resources. Now listen carefully. Sir, what are the amendment in chapter number 4, charge of GST? Sir, section number 9.3 was there which used to talk about RCM in case of notified service and goods also. But goods we never used to study because ICI had gone ahead and told for CA final, goods ka part is not applicable, where RCM will be applicable in case of goods, that is not applicable for CA final. Now what has happened over here is section number 9.3 RCM in case of goods now has been included as a part of your exam and you will be tested on that. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've gone ahead and written over here that best crops are the things on, basically are the items on which GST is applicable under RCM. Number 1, B for BD leaves ka case mein. E for essential oil but not citrus fruit wala essential oil, peppermint, spearmint, etc. Then supply of lottery pay, whenever government is giving to distributor has to pay GST. Sir, tobacco leaves pe RCM will come. Cashew nut, which are basically not shelled or peeled. Remember, I am not talking about the amendment in detail. This is just a summary which I am telling you so that you can write in your chart book. For detail, you will have to see the amendment video which is there. ठीक है sir. Then raw cotton के ऊपर they have gone ahead and introduced old and used vehicles, scraps, etc. when it is sold by the government. Then PSLC certificate पे also recipient has to pay the GST under RCM and silk yarn पे also GST is payable under RCM. Remember one thing, what are the goods on which GST is payable under RCM? Best crops. B for sir BD ka leaves. Then E for essential oil except citrus fruit ka oil, but except citrus fruit wala oil, but including peppermint, spearmint, etc. Then supply of lottery pe RCM is there, tobacco leaves pe RCM is there, cashew nut which are not shelled or peeled, ठीक है, not shelled or peeled, raw cotton, old and used vehicles, scraps, etc. when it is sold by the government, PSLC certificate and silk yarn. For detail, this detail if you want, you can refer it from the statutory update material. The next one over here is, sir, here now Indian Railway, Ministry of Railways, Indian Railway which is there, all their services have been brought under forward charge mechanism. And hence, whenever central government ka department which is Indian Railway now going ahead and providing services to anyone, it is forward charge mechanism. When it is exempted, like sleeper class, etc. is exempted, non-AC, all those exempted is exempted. But business entities will never pay GST under RCM. Indian Railways now always forward charge mechanism, and hence here I have written PAIIT. PAIT was there, IIT, immovable property was there, Indian Railway also now forward charge mechanism is applicable. Here also, whenever renting of immovable property is done to a registered person, registered business entity used to do, here they have gone ahead and told excluding Ministry of Railway. Remember one thing, Ministry of Railway ka all services given to a business entity always forward charge mechanism. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, director ke liye one circular has come. The circular I have written it down over here. You can also make a note of it. Sir, what is this circular telling? Only those services which are directorial services, basically which services are provided by the director as a director, those services pe reverse charge company will pay. But if the director is providing any services which are in personal capacity, not as a director, private or personal capacity may any services provided, remember RCM will not come. Remember forward charge mechanism. If the director is liable, he will go ahead and charge GST under forward charge. Reverse charge will not come. This point I've gone ahead and included over here. Please make a note in your chart book. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than that, moving to your right side, e-commerce ke case mein, I hope you guys remember over here it is written transportation of passenger by radio taxi, motor cab, maxi cab, motorcycle, omnibus or any other motor vehicle. Always who used to pay? Sir, e-commerce operator. Omnibus has now been removed from here, and after one they have inserted one more, 1A, wherein they have gone ahead and told if transportation of passengers is happening by omnibus, except where the person supplying through e-commerce is a company, it means supposingly red bus is there, red bus ke through one company is there who is owning the bus and this is the passenger, then this company only will pay the GST. E-commerce will not be liable. But this bus operator who is there, he is not a company. Then in that scenario, e-commerce operator will be made liable. Remember this point, and that is the 1A which has been inserted. You can also make a note of it in your chart book. So these are the various amendments which are there, which are being brought over here in your e-commerce ka chapter. Other than that, in your charge of GST ka chapter, other than that, section number 5.1, this proviso which was there, that whenever you import goods from outside India into India, custom duty and IGST has to be paid under the Custom Act. But tell me one thing, online money gaming, US say one person is supplying online money gaming to you in India. Online money gaming is nothing other than goods. Actionable claims are goods. It means Custom Act may they will collect custom duty and they will collect IGST. They went ahead and told IGST on import of goods other than online money gaming, custom duty and IGST will be collected under Custom Act. But for online money gaming, although goods, whenever any person supplies online money gaming from outside India into India, India may IGST will be payable by that person, custom duty will not be payable, and under the GST Act only we will collect the IGST from them. Done, sir. This point is clear. Other than this transportation of goods by a vessel, importer had transportation of goods by a vessel from outside India. So foreign shipping company going ahead and providing some services to an importer of transportation of goods from outside India, the importer had to pay GST under RCM on the freight. Now on this freight, custom duty also used to be paid under the Custom Act, and you also used to pay IGST. Now they have gone ahead and custom duty used to, see, CIF value mein freight used to be included. On that custom duty and IGST used to be paid under Custom Act. Again under the GST Act, importer had to pay IGST under RCM. So double taxation, and hence this entry only has now been deleted. That's all. Here I have written that PAIIT, immovable property, and Indian Railways. Indian Railways to Baba, all services now brought under forward charge mechanism, no reverse charge. Done, sir. Point is clear. That's all is the change which has come in your charge of GST ka chapter. Done, Baba, done. Now, what are the various changes in the chapter of composition applicable for your May 24? Listen, here, if you are a supplier of goods through e-commerce where the e-commerce is going to deduct TCS, then you are not eligible for composition scheme. But now the word goods has been excluded from here, meaning thereby even if you are a supplier of goods through e-commerce where the e-commerce deducts TCS, you will still be eligible to opt for composition scheme. So sir, supplier of goods through e-commerce now eligible for composition scheme. Goods word has been deleted. But one special procedure also has been notified for the e-commerce operator, wherein it has been told that e-commerce operator should not allow these people to make any interstate supply. So if you are a composition dealer, supplier of goods and composition of dealer, and you are supplying through e-commerce operator will not allow you any interstate supply. Only intrastate supply has to be done. E-commerce operator, for that composition dealer, e-commerce operator will collect TCS and pay the TCS to the government. Plus, E-commerce will also furnish those details that, sir, this was the composition dealer for whom we have gone ahead and collected TCS, and this TCS will be paid to the government, and also this detail the e-commerce operator will furnish in the GSTR 8, and when he furnishes this detail in GSTR 8, the composition dealer will be able to take the credit of the TCS which was deducted, and this credit will come in his e-cash ledger. The composition dealer का e-cash ledger में this credit will come. I hope this point is clear. Number one, now supplier of goods word has been deleted, and hence supplier of goods are eligible. Supplier of goods through e-commerce are eligible to opt for composition scheme. Special procedure given for e-commerce operator also. E-commerce operator, number one, they should not allow any interstate supply by them. Number two, e-commerce operator will deduct TCS. Number three, e-commerce operator will pay the TCS to the government and also furnish the details of such supply in the GSTR 8 which is being furnished by them. I hope this point is clear. That was the only amendment in the chapter of composition. Done. Please make the changes in your chart book. Done. Now, what are the amendments in the chapter of registration? Let's go ahead and quickly cover them. Number one, registration ka chapter mein, if you go ahead and see over here, if you are a person supplying through e-commerce who is required to collect TCS, then you are not, then you had to take compulsory registration. So supplier of services के लिए तो government had gone ahead and told if you are a supplier of services up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh you will be exempted from registration. But supplier of goods के लिए there was nothing. Now government have gone ahead and brought one small change over here, and government have gone ahead and issued a notification saying if you are a supplier of goods, here is the notification. I have gone ahead and put it on the top. You can write down this point in the chart book itself. Now, what government is telling? Government is telling if you are a supplier of goods through e-commerce, you will also be exempted from compulsory registration provided your aggregate turnover in the last year and in the current year is not exceeding the registration limit, but this will be subject to the following condition. What are the following conditions? Number one, you should not make any interstate supply, because as soon as you make interstate supply, compulsory registration is there. You should not make any. So if you are a person supplying through the e-commerce operator, last year and current year ka turnover has not crossed registration limit, which is 40, 20 and 10 in some states. If you have not gone ahead and crossed that registration limit, then now you can go ahead and supply through the e-commerce operator without requirement of compulsory registration. But number one, you should be making only interstate supply. You should be making only interstate supply should not be done. You should not make supply of goods through e-commerce in more than one state or UT. Only in one state you should be supplying. Then you should take PAN number, declare that PAN number, address, state on the GST portal, and when successful validation will be done, you will be given one enrollment number. So basically, every person supplying through the e-commerce who is unregistered and supplying through the e-commerce operator should now go ahead and enroll themselves on the GST portal. And once the enrollment is granted, remember only one enrollment will be granted in a state or UT, and you will be able to make supply, no supply before such enrollment has been granted to you. Only when the enrollment is granted, you will be able to make the supply. Done, sir. This point is clear. Can you tell once again, sir? Yes, sir. Remember, now supplier of goods through e-commerce without compulsory registration also can go ahead and supply goods through e-commerce, provided services के लिए 20 lakh 10 lakh limit was already there. Supplier of goods के लिए they have gone ahead and told unless you cross the registration threshold, you can go ahead and supply through the e-commerce, but subject to some condition, which is basically obtaining a PAN number and taking enrollment, and then you can make supply. Now, sir, what if this person who is supplying through the e-commerce operator, the e-commerce operator does the e-commerce operator also has to take care of something? Yes, government have gone ahead and told e-commerce operator also has to follow special procedure. They should allow supply of goods by these people who are exempted from registration only if they have enrollment number has been allotted to them. So what is the special procedure for e-commerce operator to be followed here? E-commerce should allow only if I have enrollment number. E-commerce shall not allow any interstate supply by me. E-commerce shall not collect any TCS from me. Okay, and e-commerce should furnish this detail in the GSTR 8. Whatever supplies has been done by this unregistered person, all the details should be furnished in the GSTR 8 by the e-commerce operator. I hope this point is clear. Yes, sir. This was the first amendment. The next amendment is if a person is supplying online money gaming from outside India into India. For an example, poker.com. They are US person US का person and they are giving online money gaming. People can put money and do online money gaming with them. Remember, those people who are supplying online money gaming from outside India into India, compulsory registration. Compulsory registration now has been prescribed. This is the second change which has come. I have added this point over here. Now let's move to the next chart. In the next chart, first amendment which has come in the rule number 8, which is there. Rule number 8, I hope you guys remember. Here OIDR was there. OIDR के लिए rule number 14 is there. They have told rule number 8 will also not be applicable to a person who is supplying online money gaming. So if you are a person who is supplying online money gaming from outside India, remember, online money gaming from where? From outside India. Then Baba, remember, because OIDR suppliers who are supplying OIDR services from outside India, for them also REG 10 is applicable. Same way, online money gaming who is supplying from outside India, for them also REG 10 will be applicable. This is rule number 8 ka amendment. Then I hope you guys remember that if a person is identified by the portal for biometric based Aadhaar authentication, then once he has done biometric based Aadhaar authentication by going to that facilitation center, only then his application will be deemed to be submitted. This provision was made applicable only to the state of Gujarat. Now this provision has been extended to Puducherry. So please use word to be added and Puducherry. Done, sir. Point is clear. Next, rule number 9. Rule number 9, one point has been added. Nothing. Earlier, what used to happen? Only if you are present, then physical verification of your place of business used to happen. Now, they have gone ahead and made one small change in the rule number 9, and they have gone ahead and told even if a person is not present, requirement of presence of the applicant for physical verification of the place of business has been done away with. That's all is a small point made over here in rule number 9. Rule number 10, there is no change. Rule number 10A, furnishing of bank account detail. Remember, now furnishing of bank account detail, earlier it was first monthly return, GSTR 3B or 45 days. Now they have gone ahead and told within 30 days, not 45, within 30, or before furnishing GSTR 3B, nahi, before going ahead and furnishing GSTR 1, or if you are under QRMP scheme, invoice furnishing facility, whichever is earlier. This 2 point, now rule number 10A has been amended. Done, sir. Other than that, rule number 25. Rule number 25 may, if you are granted registration, after that, if the proper officer wants to come for physical verification, he used to come for physical verification. So, physical verification, PO may get physical verification done. This before word I have cut over here. After grant of registration and upload verification report within how many days? In GST REG 30, he will upload the verification report within 15 working days. This is still there. But verification report before grant of registration, verification if it is to be done before grant of registration. Now, why will verification be done before grant of registration? Sir, person has failed to authenticate Aadhaar, does not opt for Aadhaar authentication. Person has been identified by portal for physical verification, or proper officer wants to do the physical verification of the place of business. 4 reasons, even after grant of registration. Remember this 4 reasons. This 4 reasons may, your after grant of registration also, before grant of registration. For this 4 reasons, before granting registration also, they can do physical verification. Now, they have gone ahead and told verification report, verification before grant of registration. For this 4 reasons, verification report to be uploaded at least 5 working days prior to the completion of 30 days. Basically, within 30 days of submission, they have to go ahead. And come for physical verification. Remember, at least before completion of this 30 days, 5 days prior only, they should go ahead and upload the physical verification report. I hope this point is clear. After grant, verification report to be uploaded within 50, if verification done, verification report to be uploaded within 15 working days. Before grant, verification report to be uploaded 5 days prior to the time limit completion. Time limit was 30 days. So before that, before 5 days only, physical verification report has to be uploaded. Okay? The next amendment is chart number 12, wherein I have gone ahead and told. You remember now, provisions of rule number 10A was there, wherein bank account detail has to be furnished. Remember, if bank account details are not furnished, automatic suspension of your registration will be done. And that is the point inserted in 2A, and hence I have gone ahead and written over here. 2A may, this point is A. This B point is nothing over here. You can cut this B point over here. You take this as A and now make this as B. So because Here A will continue or the details. So this will continue. And they have made one B point saying that if there is a contravention of rule number 10A, then also your registration will be suspended, automatically suspended. Sir, what if I go online and I provide all the details later with and registration is not yet cancelled? Then Baba, they have gone ahead and told over here, see, where registration is suspended for contravention of all this and for contravention of 10A and registration is yet to be cancelled, the suspension shall be revoked upon furnishing of all pending returns or furnishing, you write over here, bank account details. If registration is not cancelled and you furnish the bank account detail, Baba, done. Registration suspension will be revoked. Done. Now, in the next chart, chart number 13, please make this change. Baba, trust me, if you are making these changes with your own hand, it will help you a lot. Listen, this 30 days now became 90 days. Revocation. My registration, sir, cancelled. Please do something. Then, Baba, if your registration is cancelled, revocation ke liye, now you can apply within not 30 days, 90 days. Earlier, it was like, sir, apply within 30 days, further extendable by another 30 and 30. Government told what? 30, 30, 30. Directly give 90. ठीक है तो गवर्नमेंट डायरेक्टली गेव 90 days. सर आई वांट मोर. देन बाबा आफ्टर 90 यू कैन डायरेक्टली टेक 180. ठीक है तो रिमेंबर 90 एंड 180. ठीक है सर, पॉइंट इज क्लियर. तो एक्सटेंशन कैन बी फर्दर ग्रांटेड ऑफ 180 days. I hope this point is clear to all. Revocation application not within 30 days. You can file your revocation application without any extension within 90 days. If you want further extension, 180 days ka extension will be granted. I hope these points are clear to all of you. Please make these changes in your chart book. Done, sir. Here we are done with all our amendments relating to a chapter of registration. Done. Now let's cover the amendments in the chapter of exemption. Exemption ka chapter mein please come to government related exemption. Now one entry number 3A has been inserted, which is a new entry over here. New entry, entry number 3A, which goes ahead and says that if you are providing services to a governmental authority by way of water supply, public health, sanitation, conservancy, solid waste management, slum improvement and upgradation, if you are providing these services to the government, it shall be exempted. Remember, governmental authority if you are providing these services. Secondly, Ministry of Railway. Remember, Ministry of Railway. Now, all this entry number which were there like 6, 7, 8 and 9. In all these entries, they have gone ahead and told Ministry of Railways, Baba, all the services will come under forward charge mechanism. Remember, Ministry of Railways now under forward charge mechanism. So, this entry number 8, entry number 9, basically which used to go ahead and say that, sir, government to government service or where the consideration is less than 5,000. These provisions will not be applicable for Department of Post, Airport or Port, Transportation of Goods. This provision also made applicable to Indian Railways. It means government to government service, or even if the amount which the Indian Railways is charging less than 5,000 also, or equal to 5,000 also, it will not be exempt. Forward charge mechanism will come because Indian Railways ka all services now under forward charge mechanism. Please make this point over here. I hope this point is clear. Yes, sir, clear. Exemption mein next chart is transportation ka chart. You remember, I went ahead and deleted charge of GST ka chapter mein one foreign shipping company going ahead and providing services in India. I told those reverse charge which the importer had to pay, RCM has been deleted. So please delete this point also from here because this RCM has now been deleted. The next amendment is satellite launch services. Satellite launch services given by ISRO, Antriksh, NSIL was exempt. Now government told satellite launch service is only exempt. Whether Ramesh Soni is giving, whether any other private player is giving, whether ISRO is giving, whoever is giving, it shall be exempt. Means only limited to these people it was exempt. Now by private players also made exempt. Done. In your exemption chapter, the last chart, which is chart number 24, here because that transportation of goods from outside India, all those entry has now been deleted. So government have gone ahead and made one consequential amendment saying this point, please delete it. So whenever any non-taxable territory say transportation services by vessel is being provided, RCM was there, correct? Now they have gone ahead and told that RCM entry is deleted and hence consequently they have gone ahead and deleted this point also from here. Nothing. That's it. Here we are done with all the amendments which are applicable for your exemption chapter. Done, Baba, done. Now, the next amendment in the chapter of value of supply. Please understand, everyone over here. Rule number 28 used to go ahead and talk about value of supply between related person or distinct person. Here, they have gone ahead and done one small addition to rule number 28, wherein they have gone ahead and told that, sir, value of supply of service by a supplier to the recipient who is a related person by way of corporate guarantee to any banking company or financial institution. So for an example, there is a banking company or financial institution. I am the holding company. This is my subsidiary company. We are related person. I went ahead and guaranteed the loan from this financial institution to this subsidiary company. Holding company told the bank, I provide the loan to the subsidiary company. So basically, holding company went ahead and provided some services to the subsidiary company. In this scenario, what will be the value of the supply? Because without consideration also, the same will be considered as supply. What will be the value of supply by the holding company to the subsidiary company by giving this corporate guarantee? They went ahead and told 1% of the amount of such guarantee offered or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. Done, sir. This point is clear. Further, there is a circular which went ahead and told that, sir, supposingly, this left side, there is a circular which has come. Supposing there is a personal guarantee which has been provided to a banking company by the director of a company. I am the director for a company. I gave personal guarantee to a bank and told the bank to give loan to the company. In this scenario, this director is not allowed to charge any consideration. RBI has not allowed, means director cannot go ahead and charge any consideration for such supply, and hence the open market value will be nil and there will be no tax which will be payable on personal guarantee which has been given by a director to a company. Done. Sir, what about corporate guarantee? Circular went ahead and told for corporate guarantee, which is basically given by one holding company to the subsidiary company. Remember one thing, for corporate guarantee, anyways, we have already gone ahead and made an addition in rule number 28, which is basically, so if holding company gave some corporate guarantee for the subsidiary company, the amount, the value of supply will be, sir, 1% of such guarantee offered or the actual consideration, whichever is higher. Done, sir. This point is clear. Now, one more circular has come over here. I've written the circular with respect to internally generated service. Sir, what is internal generated service? Internal generated service means when head office went ahead and gave some services to the branch office internally within themselves. Now, in this scenario, they have gone ahead and told, sir, what will be the value of that internally generated service? Because when head office is giving to the branch office, they are distinct person and services given by one distinct person to another. What will be the value? The value will be open market value. But then they went ahead and told over here, if the branch is eligible for full ITC, Baba, whenever your recipient is eligible for full ITC, whatever the value declared in the invoice is the open market value, and hence applying this provision, they went ahead and told over here, if invoice is issued by the head office to the branch office, the value which is declared in the invoice by the head office will be the open market value and that will be the value of supply. Now, people went ahead and told, sir, when the head office gave the branch office invoice, in the invoice, the head office did not go ahead and consider some of the component, might be some employee cost, etc. was not being considered. They went ahead and clarified, irrespective of the fact whether any cost of any component is included or not, whatever is the invoice value, that will be the open market value and that will be the value of supply. Now, sir, what if invoice is not issued by the head office to the branch office? Sir, if invoice is not issued, then open market value will be nil and that will only become the value of supply. Remember this point. Now, people went ahead and asked, sir, what if the head office went ahead and issued an invoice to the branch office and head of branch office is not eligible for full ITC? Then whether the value which is declared in the invoice will be only taken as the open market value? They went ahead and further told, cost of salary of employees of the head office is not mandatorily required to be included even if full ITC is not available to the branch office. Whatever invoice amount you are going ahead and showing, if head office went ahead and gave some service to the branch office, whether the head of branch office is eligible for ITC, whether not eligible for full ITC, whatever the invoice value is there, that will be only considered as the open market value and that will be the value of supply. Whether cost of any component has been included, salary cost or any other cost component has been included in that amount or not, invoice value will be the open market value and that will become the value of supply. So this is the circular which has come over here. So one circular over here, one circular over here, and rule number 28 may they have made this addition with respect to the corporate guarantee. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Here we are done with the amendment relating to chapter of value of supply. One small point which I also want to add over here, just a second. Rule number 31B and rule number 31C is introduced with respect to casinos. Valuation rule number 31B and 31C is also introduced with respect to casinos. Now, this rule number 31B and 31C, last chart, which is the actionable claim wala chart, in that chart, I'll be going ahead and talking about it. Done? So, here we are done with your chapter of value of supply. Now, the next amendment in the chapter of tax invoice. Baba, tax invoice ka chart mein please come quickly. Now, tax invoice ka chapter mein, I hope you guys remember, whenever I'm issuing an invoice to a registered person, name, address, etc. has to be captured. That was already there. Whenever I'm issuing an invoice to unregistered person, if the value is more than 50,000, then Baba, I have to go ahead and capture all the name, address, etc. But sir, if the value is less than 50,000 rupees, then sir, we had gone ahead and understood that if the value is less than, value of supply is less than 50,000, an unregistered person, name, address, state, etc. has to be captured only if requested. Here, there was one proviso which was there. The proviso used to go ahead and say that, sir, if you're a person who is supplying through e-commerce, or you're the e-commerce supplying, or there's an OIDR supplier who is supplying services to unregistered person, irrespective of the value, you should mention in the tax invoice name, address of the recipient, pin code, etc. This proviso has now been amended, and they have gone ahead and told, if you are a supplier of online mobile gaming, you are supplying online mobile gaming, or in case taxable services are supplied by or through e-commerce, means either the e-commerce is supplying or through e-commerce you are supplying, or OIDR services are basically being supplied to unregistered person. Baba, remember these four cases may online mobile money gaming. Array, wherever I say mobile, please ignore. Online money gaming supplied through e-commerce or supplied by e-commerce, or OIDR services whenever they are supplied to unregistered person, irrespective of the value. You don't have to see the value, please. In the tax invoice, it shall contain the name of the state of the recipient. Only state of the recipient you have to capture. And sir, the same shall be deemed to be the address on record of the recipient. In your record, that will be the address. Now, this amendment has been brought so that the proper GST can be transferred to the destination state where the recipient is basically located. This is a small amendment, or basically a small change which has come in rule number 46 with respect to the tax invoice ka chapter. Done. Now, continuing the amendment in the chapter of tax invoice, one more small amendment which has been brought in e-invoicing. E-invoicing, the earlier limit was 10 crore. Now, for your exam, for May 24, the e-invoicing ka limit is 5 crore rupees. Please be careful. Make this change over here. The limit will be 5 crore rupees. And also there is a circular which has come. So if I am a registered person, I am going ahead. My aggregate turnover is more than 5 crore rupees in any preceding financial year from 17, 18, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23. Then remember one thing, aggregate turnover more than 5 crore. Whenever I am issuing B2B supplies, I have to do invoicing. Now, people went ahead and asked, sir, when I am going ahead and issuing to government department an invoice, government department is registered as TDS deductor. Should I do invoicing? Clarification came, registered person whose aggregate turnover is more than 5 crore and you are issuing invoice to the government department, please. Your government department might be registered as TDS deductor, but registered person, no, please do the e-invoicing. So, if I am a registered person whose aggregate turnover is more than 5 crore and I'm issuing a B2B supply, it's a B2B supply wherein it's a government department who is registered as TDS deductor, I have to do e-invoicing. I have to do e-invoicing. So the three changes which are there, number one, this proviso to rule 46F, number two, circular for aggregate turnover more than 5 crore and supplying to government department registered as TDS deductor, and the last one, e-invoicing ka limit now brought to 5 crore rupees. Here we are done with your complete amendment or the complete revision for your, basically the complete revision is done for the chapter of, not the revision, sorry, the complete amendment for the chapter of tax invoice. Done. Now, a small amendment in your time of supply ka chapter. Time of supply ke case mein, always remember, we always know this, that forward charge mechanism in case of goods, the time of supply will be date of invoice or last date to issue invoice. Date of receipt of payment we never used to consider. But now they have gone ahead and got a small change, notification amended, and now they are telling if you are a supplier of specified actionable claim, lottery, betting, gambling, casino, horse race, online money gaming, remember, even if you have received an advance, you have to pay GST. So sir, normal supplier of goods always see date of invoice or last date to issue invoice, but specified actionable claim ka case mein, even if advance is received, remember sir, you have to pay GST, and hence for specified actionable claim, whenever you are required, Baba, specified actionable claims are goods, and goods ka case mein, whenever the supplier has to pay GST, now for specified actionable claim, it will be date of invoice, last date to issue invoice, or date of receipt of payment, whichever is earlier. That's a small change in your time of supply ka chapter. Done. Now, the next change is there in the chapter of input tax credit. Everyone listen to me very carefully. What is the change in the chapter of input tax credit? In input tax credit, whenever we are going ahead and doing apportionment, rule number 42 and 43, we need the value of exempt supply. And exempt supply ka value, we go ahead and take from section number 17.3. Section number 17.3 went ahead and told the value of the exempt supply will be nil rated supply, wholly exempt supply, non-taxable supply, supply under RCM, whatever supplies we are doing on which tax is payable under RCM, transaction in securities, and sale of land and completed building. Here, we were not considering other schedule 3 item, but one schedule 3 ka item, which is basically whenever you are supplying goods, warehouse goods before clearing for home consumption, that amount, that was neither supply of goods nor supply of service. Now they have gone ahead and told supplying of your warehouse goods before clearance for home consumption, this will be also considered as exempt supply for the purpose of apportionment. For everything, I had told you what will be the value. Now, sir, supply of warehouse goods before clearing for home consumption, if you go ahead and supply, then what will be the value of that supply? They are telling in the duty free shop, whenever people are coming from outside India, and in the duty free shop, they buy and they go outside. Incoming passenger, basically when they are going outside means outside the airport. So whatever is the value of goods which are supplied from a duty free shop at the arrival terminal, means for people coming from outside India, at the arrival terminal, when they arrive in India, duty free shop say they buy goods from the duty free shop in an international airport, which is supplied to incoming passenger, that value will be taken as the value of supply of warehouse goods before clearance for home consumption. Remember one thing here, this will be considered as your exempt supply. This one point has been brought. Next, I had always told you that value of supply of service by way of transportation. Now this is anyways a taxable supply, and hence they have gone ahead and told this was redundant, and hence they have told delete this. So sir, can you tell me what will be the value of my exempt supply? Nil rated supply, wholly exempt supply, non-taxable supply, supply under RCM, transaction in securities, sale of land and completed building, and sale of warehouse goods before clearing for home consumption, although neither supply of goods nor supply of service, but it will be considered as exempt supply. And what will be the value of that supply of warehouse goods? Whatever supply you have done to the incoming passengers who have come from outside India through a duty free shop, that value has to be considered as the value of exempt supply. But exempt supply may you should not go ahead and consider. It means these are basically taxable, these are to be considered as taxable supply. You should not consider interest. This second point is anyways taxable supply. So anyways, you will be considering taxable supply. So this point was redundant to write over here. So delete it. And the value of duty credit script also should be excluded from your exempt supply. So this point has now been deleted. Done, sir. Point is clear. Let's go ahead. Now, the next amendment in block credit. Block credit may one small point they have gone ahead and included over here. They have gone ahead and told if you are buying any goods services or both received by a taxable person, used or intended to be used for an activity which is relating to obligation under CSR. Basically, under the Companies Act, all the companies are required to do CSR activity. To do the CSR activity, I went ahead and bought some goods or I have taken some services. Now, on those goods and services, whatever GST has been paid, I will not be able to take input tax credit. This is one small point which they have gone ahead and included. Other than this, there is a small circular which has come with respect to internally generated service. Baba, not internally generated service, common input services which are taken by the head office, which are applicable for the head office also. Head office also might be one vendor say I took some services. I am the head office. That service was provided to me also, and that service ka some portion was also provided to my branch office. Basically, this person went ahead and provided the service to me also and to my branch office also. Or might be I told one person to go ahead and provide services to my branch offices, and the bill came to me. Now, in this scenario, whether when I am going to distribute the credit, should I follow ISD mechanism Or for an example, I had taken a service of 1 lakh rupees. 50% of the service relates to my branch office. 1 lakh rupees ka credit, I went ahead and took it. Now 50% of the service ka invoice, can I just raise it to my branch, and my branch can go ahead and take the credit with respect to that invoice. So they went ahead and told over here, whenever any common services are taken by the head office, which is relating to head office and the branch office also, either the head office can distribute using ISD mechanism, or the head office can just issue one tax invoice to the branch office, and whatever invoice mein GST has been charged, the branch office can go ahead and take. In respect of common input services procured from a third party and attributable to both head office and branch office, or exclusively to one or more branch office. Remember, if it is exclusively to one or more branch offices, then can the head office distribute through ISD mechanism, or head office can also issue tax invoices and distribute the credit by not taking ISD registration. They have gone ahead and told it can either distribute by following ISD mechanism by issuing an ISD invoice, or it can also issue a normal tax invoice under section number 31 to the concerned branch office, and whatever amount it is charging, how much service was provided to the branch office, that much service ke liye the GST will be charged in the invoice, and the branch office can take the ITC of the same. So this is not about internal generated service. This is service taken from a third party. I took one service from the third party. I am the head office. This is the branch office. Service relates to both of us. I can distribute by using ISD mechanism. I can also go ahead and distribute by issuing a tax invoice. Head office got an invoice. It was not with respect to the head office, but the service was given to the branch office. Can the head office distribute the credit to the branches? Yes, by issuing tax invoice also, or by following ISD mechanism and issuing ISD invoice also. This is the clarification which has come. Here we are done with the chapter of input tax credit. Done. Now, the next amendment which has come is there in the chapter of payment of taxes. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Payment of taxes may, you guys remember there were various modes of payments which were there. Yes sir, the various modes of payment here. You can make the payment using net banking, IMPS, UPI, debit card, credit card, NEFT, over the counter you can go ahead and make, and this way you can deposit money in the e-cash ledger. Now, OIDRs के लिए they are already told that OIDR can use international money transfer for making deposits in the e-cash ledger. Now this international money transfer, they have told, can be also used by a person who is supplying online money gaming from outside India, can also go ahead and use international money transfer, but this will be from a date to be notified. So OIDR as well as online money gaming, whoever is supplying from outside India into India, that person also can follow international money transfers from a date to be notified. Okay, this is one point which I have made over here. The next one over here. Okay. Please come to the next chart. I have written one small circular over here. For an example, what they are telling in this circular is, where ITC has been wrongly availed and subsequently reversed. I took IGST ka credit 1 lakh rupees by mistake and I used it also. But I used 1 lakh rupees ka wrongly availed credit. I utilized it. But you know what? In my e-credit ledger, CGST, SGST and IGST ka head mein put together, already 1 lakh rupees was there. Then remember one thing, you never have to pay any interest. You don't have to pay any interest even if CGST had, SGST had or IGST had put together, there was e-credit ledger mein balance of that 1 lakh rupees. That is what they are going ahead and telling, where IGST has been, you just have to reverse that 1 lakh rupees ka IGST which you have taken wrongly. You don't have to go ahead. You don't have to go ahead and pay any interest. If your e-cash ledger ka balance, e-credit ledger ka balance put together IGST, CGST and SGST were more than that 1 lakh rupees at any given point of time. So it says over here, where IGST credit has been wrongly availed and subsequently reversed it, interest shall not be payable if the balance of ITC in the e-credit ledger under the head IGST, CGST, SGST taken together never fell below the wrongly availed ITC. So I took IGST ka credit wrongly 1 lakh rupees. I used it. Now I have to reverse it. When I went to reverse, do I have to pay interest? You have to see if your e-credit ledger mein always there was a 1 lakh rupees ka balance put together, CGST, SGST or IGST, then Baba, you don't have to pay any interest. Now people asked one more question. Sir, I took IGST ka wrongly availed credit and I utilized it. So I have to pay interest from the date of utilization till the date of reversal. sir, what if in my e-credit ledger GST compensation cess ka balance is there 1 lakh rupees? They are going ahead and telling GST compensation cess can never be utilized to pay IGST. GST compensation cess can be always used to pay output tax liability of GST compensation cess only. Cess ka balance can be used to pay cess only. And hence they went ahead and clarified over here, credit of compensation cess shall not be taken into account while considering e-credit ledger balance for the purpose of calculation of interest in respect of wrongly availed and utilized IGST, CGST or SGST credit. Remember this point. So sir, if I have taken IGST ka wrong credit, later reversed it, always in my e-credit ledger I took 1 lakh rupees ka extra credit. Always in my e-credit ledger, IGST, CGST and SGST put together was more than 1 lakh. I just have to reverse the extra credit taken. I don't have to pay any interest. But sir, in my e-credit ledger, if GST compensation cess was there and IGST supposedly I took extra or CGST I took extra credit, wrongfully availed credit, later reversed it, remember one thing, you will be liable to pay interest because in your e-credit ledger there is GST compensation cess. GST compensation cess can never be used to pay your CGST, SGST or IGST, hence you will have to pay interest. Done sir, this is the circular which has come. Here we are done with the amendments which have come with respect to the chapter of payment of taxes. Now, the next amendment which is there is in the chapter of TCS, TDS and TCS. TCS ka chart mein there is a small change, nothing. First of all, this GSTR 8 which is there, supposingly April month ka GSTR 8, by May ka 10th you have to go ahead and furnish. Now, supposing the statement of GSTR 8 you did not furnish by 10th of May, then what is the last date by when you can furnish? Now, they have gone ahead and told belated GSTR 8 cannot be filed after the expiry of 3 years from the due date of furnishing the said return. Said statement, actually GSTR 8 is a statement. So remember May 10th, April ka statement by May 10th. May 10th if you don't furnish, what is the maximum time limit till when you can furnish? 3 years is the maximum time limit. After 3 years you will not be able to furnish that GSTR 8 for that period basically. The next one over here is, sir, supposingly TCS is collected, government ko I will pay the TCS, I'll file GSTR 8. Now, when you are filing GSTR 8, government will go ahead and make the TCS credit available to you. But to whom? To only registered supplier. And hence they have gone ahead and told government will make available to the supplier on their dashboard the TCS ka credit. You have to go ahead and validate and the amount will come to your e-cash ledger. Only registered person can take the TCS ka credit and hence government told it will be made available to which supplier? Only registered supplier. This is one small change over here. One more circular has come over here, wherein they are going ahead and talking about multiple e-commerce operators being involved in a single transaction. Where multiple e-commerce are involved in a single transaction. Let me go ahead and quickly tell you. Supposingly there is a buyer over here. There is an e-commerce operator which has all, where the buyer comes and makes his purchase. Then there is one more e-commerce operator which is the seller side e-commerce operator. These are the sellers. All the sellers are being listed in this e-commerce. So what happens? Buyer gives the order in one e-commerce. This e-commerce supposing collected 100 rupees. This e-commerce operator deducted his commission of 10 rupees and remaining 90 rupees it passed on to this e-commerce operator where these suppliers are being listed. And ultimately this e-commerce operator makes the payment to the supplier, which is the e-commerce operator who will deduct TCS. He will to just deduct his commission and pay the remaining amount to this e-commerce. Now, who will deduct TCS over here? Clarification came very simple. The supplier side e-commerce. This is the buyer side ka e-commerce. This is the supplier side ka e-commerce. The supplier side ka e-commerce, who is ultimately releasing the payment to the supplier or the seller, he is the person going to deduct TCS and do all the compliances under section number 52. That's all they have gone ahead and told. TCS and other compliances under section number 52 is to be done by the supplier side e-commerce operator who finally releases the payment to the supplier. Who is finally releasing the payment to the supplier, he will go ahead and deduct the TCS. Done sir, this point is clear. Now one more question which they went ahead and asked. Supposing there is a buyer who is there, buyer went ahead and placed in order his order on the e-commerce operator. E-commerce operator directed it to another e-commerce operator, basically who is also the supplier. I am also an e-commerce operator and I am also the supplier. And I went ahead and supplied. Now in this scenario, who will deduct the TCS? They went ahead and told in this scenario, the person who is actually releasing the payment to the e-commerce operator who is the supplier, This e-commerce operator is only the supplier. For an example, Ramesh Soni classes. I am an e-commerce operator also and I am the supplier also. So this e-commerce operator went ahead and directed. He went ahead and directed the supplier, please make the supply. So when he directed the supplier to make the supply, this e-commerce operator who is actually taking the payment and then releasing the payment to this e-commerce operator, what is happening? This e-commerce operator, when he is going ahead and releasing the payment, notorious boy here, okay. So when he is releasing the payment over here, this e-commerce will deduct the TCS. I hope you guys understood the difference between both of them. Here two different e-commerce was there and supplier was different. This e-commerce was different, this e-commerce was different, and this supplier was different. In this scenario, when the e-commerce is releasing the payment to the supplier, this e-commerce will do the compliance. But here, the e-commerce operator, he is only the supplier. Then in this scenario, the e-commerce in between who collects the payment from the customer and ultimately releases the payment to the supplier who is also the e-commerce operator, this e-commerce will go ahead and do the TCS, and that is what is being told over here, where multiple e-commerce are involved in a single transaction and the supplier side e-commerce himself is the supplier. TCS is to be collected by the buyer side e-commerce operator while making the payment to the supplier. I hope this point is clear. This is a small circular on TCS deduction which has come. Very good one. Please take care of this. Done, sir. Point is clear. We are done with the amendments relating to the chapter of TCS. Now, in the chapter of returns, what are the various amendments? Let's go ahead and quickly cover. They have gone ahead and told over here that number 1, belated GSTR 1, GSTR 3B or annual return, you cannot go ahead and file after the expiry of 3 years from the due date of furnishing such statement or return. Always remember, whatever is the due date for a GSTR 1 for an example, or GSTR 3B, or for annual return, whatever is the due date, from the due date, if you don't furnish that return or that statement within 3 years, after 3 years, you will not be allowed to furnish such return or such statement. For all the three, they have gone ahead and told GSTR 1, GSTR 3B and annual return also. This is the first point to change over here. Second point over here is annual return was exempted for people whose aggregate turnover is up to 2 crore. This is now extended to 2023 also. So for the year 2023, if your turnover has not crossed 2 crore rupees, you are also exempted from filing of annual return and the reconciliation statement. Done, sir. This point is clear. One more point I have written over here, GSTR 5A, which was there. GSTR 5A has now been made applicable, which was applicable to a OIDR supplier who is supplying from outside India. This is now being made applicable to a person who is supplying online money gaming also from outside India. For those people also, the due date for filing GSTR 5A will be 20th day of the month succeeding the calendar month. Okay, sir. This point is clear. Now, here we had gone ahead and written the cases where a registered person will be debarred, means you will not be allowed to furnish GSTR 1 or IFF. 3 cases were there already. Now 2 more cases has been added. Now to understand these 2 more cases, you will first have to go ahead and understand what is rule number 88D. One rule number 88D has come. Rule number 88D. This rule in the statutory update, I have gone ahead and given in detail. I'll quickly go ahead and tell you what is rule number 88D. For an example, in your GSTR 3B, GSTR 1 person has gone ahead and furnished. It will come in your GSTR 2B. Okay? In your GSTR 2B, it's showing 10 lakh rupees. When you were filing your GSTR 3B, output tax liability for an example was 20 lakh. Input tax credit you went ahead and took, instead of taking 10 lakh rupees, you should not be taking more than 10. You went ahead and showed 20 lakh and you paid nothing. You took extra, you availed extra input tax credit more than what was there in the GSTR 2B. Then Baba, whatever is the difference, if this difference is too much, sir, how much too much? This will be notified by the council. The percentage and the amount will be notified by the council. So where the ITC availed by a registered person in the GSTR 3B exceeds the ITC in GSTR 2B by such amount and percentage which the council will recommend, then you will be sent one love letter, and that love letter will come in part A of GST DRC 01C, and they will tell you, beta, within 7 days this difference either you paid using GST DRC 03 and inform us using which form, GST DRC 01C ka part B. Pay through DRC 03, this difference of 10 lakh rupees, pay it, inform us using part B of GST DRC 01C, or give us a reply incorporating why did you take that extra credit, and that reply will go in part B of GST DRC 01C. Within 7 days you have to do it. If you don't do, where any amount remained unpaid within 7 days, or where the explanation is not given, or where the explanation is not found good, then they will go ahead and amount shall be demanded. Basically, they will start the demand and recovery while proceeding. 73 and 74 may demand order, and then recovery will start. Now, this is rule number 88D. Whenever your GSTR 2B may whatever credit is appearing, if you take more credit than whatever is appearing in your GSTR 2B, then they will give you a notice, then make the payment and furnish a reply. Make the payment and inform them, or furnish a reply in GST DRC 01C ka part B. If they like it, okay. Or if you don't give a reply and they get angry, then Baba, 73 and 74 demand and recovery will start. What they have gone ahead and done is, they have gone ahead and told over here that, sir, additional cases when a person will be debarred from furnishing the details of outward supply means your GSTR 1 or IFF facility will be blocked. If you are, this is the fourth point, when your GSTR 1 or IFF will be blocked, when you are given an intimation under rule number 88D, unless you either pay the excess ITC as specified in the intimation GST DRC 01C, or you have given a reply explaining the reason, unless you do that, your GSTR 1 or IFF shall be blocked. One more provision introduced, fifth point, why your GSTR 1 or IFF will be blocked. Do you remember provisions of rule number 10A? Furnishing of bank account detail after registration is granted. If you don't go ahead and furnish your bank account detail, beta, your GSTR 1 or IFF facility shall be blocked. These are the various amendments in the chapter of returns. Number 1, remember, belated GSTR 1, 3B and annual return, maximum time limit from due date is 3 years. After that, you will not be able to file. Annual return for 22-23, the limit now increased to 2 crores tak. You don't have to file annual return. IFF facility will be blocked, or GSTR 1 will be blocked. Three cases when your GSTR 1 or IFF facility was blocked was already there. Now 2 more cases introduced. Along with that, also rule number 88D has come, which I have gone ahead and explained it to you quickly. And also remember, GSTR 5A now made applicable to a person supplying online money gaming from outside India to a person in India. I hope this point are clear to all of you. Here we are done with the amendments for the chapter of returns. Okay, now the various amendments in the chapter of assessment. Listen to me very carefully. Only one amendment has come. You remember non-filers of return? They will be given one notice telling to furnish the return within 15 days. If they furnish the return within 15 days, very good. If they don't furnish, then best judgment assessment will be done and assessment order will be passed. But if you go ahead and furnish your returns, basically whatever returns ke liye they had gone ahead and given you the assessment order ASMT 13, if you go ahead and furnish your return within 30 days, the assessment order shall be deemed to be withdrawn. Now this 30 days has been made 60 days. Please remember, 30 days has now been made 60 days. So you can go ahead and furnish your return within 60 days and assessment order shall be deemed to be withdrawn. Sir, I did not furnish within 60 days. Then additionally, you can furnish within another 60 days, but that will be on payment of additional late fee of ₹100 for every day of delay beyond that 60 days. So 60 days may, if you go ahead and furnish, that normal late fee which is there is already there. After 60 days also, now you can go ahead and furnish your return, whichever you are not furnished, because of which the assessment order has come. So total time limit 60 plus 60, 120 days. But after 60 days, if you furnish, you'll have to pay additional late fee. Normal late fee, okay. Additional late fee also has to be paid, which will be ₹100 for each day of delay beyond 60 days. Remember this point. I hope this point is clear. Done, sir. Point is clear. Here we are done with the amendment for the chapter of assessment. Now the amendments in the chapter of demand and recovery. Baba, demand ka first 2 charts mein there are no amendments. Recovery mein they have gone ahead and made small change. I'll tell you what is the change. Section number 142B has been introduced, wherein they are going ahead and telling if any amount becomes recoverable under section number 79, or might be you have not gone ahead. Basically, Rule number 88C is there, which is there in your payment of taxes. I'll show you the rule number 88C. Okay, I'll tell you. Rule number 88C, which is there in your payment of taxes. Rule number 88C basically goes ahead and says that, sir, if GSTR1 may you told something, GSTR1 में supposingly I went ahead and told in my GSTR1 that I have a sale of 1 crore and 18 lakh is the liability. But then when I was furnishing my GSTR3B, here I went ahead and showed my sale as only 1 lakh and 18,000 rupees GST I am going ahead and paying. In this difference, if there is a difference between your GSTR1 and GSTR3B, remember one thing, direct recovery could have been initiated. This is section number 75 mein, it is already told direct recovery can be done. If you have the chart book in the previous chart, section number 75, you can see over there that direct recovery can be done in these cases. Now, before doing a direct recovery, what they are going ahead and telling over here, where any amount becomes recoverable, the proper officer. So basically, whenever any amount becomes recoverable under section number 79 or when any direct recovery has to be done, the proper officer will still intimate you of the amount which he is going to recover in GST DRC 01D who wants to fight. So first they will go ahead and tell you. You will be asked to pay within 7 days. And also the amount will be posted in your e-liability ledger ka part 2 mein, saying, sir, this is your liability. If, and this intimation shall be treated as your notice of recovery. Notice has come that we are starting recovery. So section number 75 read with rule number 88C I told you, plus any amount recoverable. First they will go ahead and give you GST DRC 01D telling, sir, please pay this amount within 7 days. And this is your notice of recovery. If upon the expiry of 7 days, if the amount of tax and interest remains unpaid, then the PO will proceed to recover. They will hang you upside down and recover, and these modes of recovery will be used. And that is section number 142B, which has now been introduced. I hope this point is clear. Yes, sir. Now, provisional attachment ke liye, I always used to tell you the provisional attachment will be for a maximum period of 1 year. Now, supposingly commissioner went ahead and issued a notice to your bank saying DRC 22 saying, please don't go ahead and allow him to take out any money from the bank account. Don't allow any debits. Now, your banker will not go ahead and allow you to take out any money. But if the commissioner goes ahead and gives a written order saying, okay, I am removing the provisional attachment, then he will go ahead and allow you to use your bank account. But what if the commissioner ka order does not come within 1 year? So they have gone ahead and told that provisional attachment on any property shall be removed. Whatever property has been attached, remember, upon the expiry of 1 year of order, means that provisional attachment ka order was given by the commissioner that we are provisionally attaching. Bank will see 1 year has gone. If the order for releasing has not come, after 1 year, automatically the provisionally attached property will be released. Basically, provisional attachment on a property shall be removed upon expiry of 1 year in case written instruction is not received from the commissioner. If commissioner gives instruction between that 1 year, then Baba, after that the attachment will be removed. But if he does not give a written order within 1 year, after 1 year, the provisional attachment shall cease to be effective. That's all is the 2 changes which has come, and I've included it over here. Here we are done with the amendments in your demand and recovery. Now, what are the amendments in the chapter of appeals and revision? Listen carefully. Appeals and revision may, they have gone ahead and brought one small amendment. Basically, one small change has come. Nothing. Manual filing of APL 01 and APL 03 will be allowed if the commissioner has notified, or the order against which you want to go ahead and appeal, that order is not available on the common portal. Sir, can I file manual APL 01 and APL 03? APL 01 you go ahead and file, department files APL 03 with the appellate authority. They are going ahead and telling appeal to appellate authority may be filed manually. Otherwise it was electronically. Manually you can file APL 01 and department can file APL 03 only if commissioner has so notified, or the same cannot be filed electronically because your order or decision, the order or decision against which you want to appeal is not available on the common portal. Then Baba, remember, manual filing of appeal will be allowed. Done, sir. Point is clear. This was a change in your appeals and revision. The next point which has come as a change, but ICA statutory update, although doesn't incorporate it, I think it's a good change. You must take care of it. Listen, Now, appellate tribunal, which is the GST 80, GST appellate tribunal. Remember, this center level, state level, all this point has now been deleted. Now there is no center level bench, state level, etc. They have kept two benches only. One is the principal bench, regional bench, no more regional bench. Actually, appellate tribunal was never formed because the case was lying with the Madras High Court, wherein they had told two judicial member and two technical members should be there. Earlier, they had told in the bench one judicial member, judiciary ka member, and two technical members from GST will be there. People told no, two judicial, two technical members should be there, and hence they had stopped the formation of appellate tribunal. Now they have got this change, and they are telling, sir, no more state level, area bench, etc. Simple, they are telling one will be a principal bench and one will be a state bench. ठीक है. Principal bench, all the cases where place of supply का matter is involved, principal bench will hear. All other cases, state bench will hear. Here, president is the judicial member. One more judicial member will be appointed, and hence two judicial member, two technical member, one from center, one technical member from center, one technical member from state, and state bench may also two judicial member and one technical member from center, one technical member from state will be there. That's all is the change which has been done for appellate tribunal. Also, this note which was there relating to, sir, when one member is not there, etc. Simple. Now remember, in any bench, any appeal shall be heard by a bench of two members. Always principal bench or state bench. How many people will hear? Two people will hear your appeal. Always. One judicial member, one technical member will hear your appeal. Always. Okay. Now this proviso please delete. If any appeal involves an amount of 50 lakh, not 5 lakh, 50 lakh, not involving question of law, with the president approval can be heard by a single member also. So any appeal which is before the appellate tribunal, if the amount involved is 50 lakh, not involving any question of law, factual issues where people are fighting, president approval given, one person also can hear the appeal. Otherwise, how many people will hear? Two people will hear. Always two people will hear. Okay, sir. Sir, but the bench has four people. Bench will have four people, but how many people will hear? Two people will hear. One person also can hear. This point I have gone ahead and done the change over here. That's all is the change which is there in your appeals and revision ka chapter. Done, Baba, done. Clear. Now, what are the changes in the chapter of offenses and penalties? Listen carefully. Section number 122, which was there. In section number 122, 1B has been inserted with respect to e-commerce operator. Now, e-commerce case mein, what has happened is, if you are a supplier who is unregistered supplier of goods, now allowed to supply through e-commerce. I hope you guys remember. Sir, if you are a supplier of service also, you are allowed to supply through e-commerce up to 20 lakh or 10 lakh. So those people who are exempted from supplying, other than that, if anyone goes ahead, unregistered person goes ahead and supplies through e-commerce operator, the e-commerce operator will be penalized. So they are going ahead and telling any e-commerce operator who allows a supply by an unregistered person other than the person exempted from registration. Supplier of service are exempted up to 20 lakh, 10 lakh. Supplier of goods are exempted up to 40 lakh, 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Subject to they are going ahead and taking enrollment. Now, if any person who has not been exempted, but you are going ahead and allowing them to supply through your e-commerce platform, or you allow any interstate supply by a person who is not eligible to make such supply. Now supplier of goods can make supply through e-commerce, but only intrastate. What if they make interstate? E-commerce will be penalized. Fails to furnish the correct details in GSTR 8 of the outward supply of goods effected through it by a person exempted from registration. A person who has been exempted from registration, supplier of goods exempted up to 40 lakh, 20 lakh, 10 lakh, they can still supply through e-commerce without taking mandatory registration. The details of the supplies which have been done by them should be furnished in GSTR 8. If the e-commerce does not do it, remember, penalty of 10,000 or the amount of tax involved in such supply had such supply been made by a registered person except composition. So what they are telling, penalty will be 10,000 rupees, or if that supply was done by a registered person, what would have been the tax? That much amount you have to, whichever is higher, has to be paid by the e-commerce operator. In the detailed statutory update ka video, I've given with reasoning, with basically example I've explained. If you want, you can refer that. If the next one over here is section number 132. Section number 132 में GJK 3 points have been deleted. It means for GJK wala offenses, you will not be sent to jail. Number 1, obstructing or preventing officer from discharging his duty, deleted from 132. It means for this you will only be penalized, you will not be sent to jail if you do this. Officer came, obstructed the officer. Secondly, if you tamper or destroy material evidences or document, you will not be sent to jail, you will only be penalized under section number 122. There is no sending to jail. Okay. Then 1 minute. The last one, if you fail to supply any information which is required under the act, or you submit false information, then also you used to be sent to jail. Now they have gone ahead and told GJK deleted, and hence they are no more such offenses for which you will be sent to jail. Okay, sir, done. Now they have gone ahead and told in section number 132(1) B point mein, this issuing a bogus invoice which was there, issuing invoice without supplying, for only this offense, this point number 3 will be applicable. Means if the amount is more than 1 crore up to 2 crore, you will be going to jail up to 1 year plus fine, minimum jail is 6 months. This point will means more than 1 crore rupees up to 2 crore rupees. Jail is there. Sir, this offense if you do here, then also jail has been prescribed. But for all the other offenses which are there, okay, except F, commits or abates the commissioning of F. Sir, what is F? Falsify or substituting financial record, fake records you are giving, furnishing false information to evade tax. Then also, Baba, it is up to 6 months or fine or both. Now, barring these offenses, all the other offenses which are there, A, here, C, D, even B, E, F, okay, all the offenses which are there, okay, F ke liye anyways I have told you over here, all the offenses which are there, you will be sent to jail only if the amount exceeds 2 crore rupees, then 3 years, up to 3 years, and more than 5 crore rupees, up to 5 years. I hope this point is clear. I'll tell you once again, remember. First of all, they have gone ahead and told that, sir, G, J, K wala are no more punishable under section number 132, G, J and K. Okay, sir. Secondly, they have gone ahead and told for F point, anyways, they have specifically provided up to 6 months or fine or both. More than 1 crore, if you have evaded tax, etc., or amount involved, basically whatever fraud you have done, that amount involved is more than 1 crore. Then earlier you used to be sent to jail even if you have done 132(1) A, B, C, D, etc. Even if the amount was more than 1 crore. But now this 1 crore wala limit is only for issuing bogus invoice. Otherwise, for all other offenses, remember, you will be sent to jail only when the amount exceeds 2 crore rupees. But for issuing bogus invoice, you will be sent to jail even if the amount exceeds 1 crore, even if the amount exceeds 2 crore, even if the amount exceeds 5 crore. This all the 3 clauses will be applicable. But this clause now has been kept specifically only for B point. For all other offenses where you will be sent to jail, they will see if the amount is more than 2 crore, if the amount is more than 5 crore, only then they will be sending you to jail. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, sir, 132 is done over here. Now the next one is 138. 138, no, it had lot of confusions earlier. Sir, this you do, more than this, that. So what they have done, they have simplified it and they have written 138, which I have gone ahead and written down over here. In the students notes section, I have gone ahead and provided this 138. Section number 138 should be read with rule number 162. What is section number 138? Any offense before or after institution of prosecution be compounded. It means even before or after the starting of prosecution, means commissioner has sanctioned prosecution, take him to jail. Even before that sanctioning or after that sanctioning, you can go and get your compounding done. Okay. No compounding. When will compounding not be done? Number 1, person has already compounded, person already allowed compounding once for an offense under 132(1) A to F. HIL. Remember one thing, if you are already allowed compounding, then Baba, second time compounding will not be allowed. Second time compounding will not be allowed means all these offenses which are there till L, if you have got your compounding done once, then Baba, second time compounding will not be allowed. But one more thing which they have told, person accused under section number 132 1B, one time also not allowed. First point 132 1 ka first one time allowed, second time will not be allowed. 132 1B के लिए तो no compounding only, gone beta gone. 132 1B में issuing bogus invoice, no compounding. Then person convicted by the court, no compounding. Court already told he is guilty, send him to jail 3 years. And you're telling I will pay money, honey, and get out. No. In that case, if you are already convicted by the court, then you can't go for compounding. Any other class of person or offense as prescribed, if it has been prescribed, then also for that also there will be no compounding. This point is very important. When will there be no compounding? Sir, can compounding be done before or after institution of prosecution? Prosecution proceeding started. Can I get my compounding done? Yes. Before prosecution proceeding? Yes. That time also you can get your compounding done. Sir, when will no compounding be done? One case. Second case is person accused under 132 1B means issuing bogus invoice. One time also compounding not allowed. Person convicted by the court, compounding not allowed. Any other class of person who has been prescribed, for them also compounding will not be allowed. These are the 4 cases. Now, sir, what will be the compounding amount? How much do I have to pay? That is told by rule number 162. Rule number 162 mein you basically have to take one form CPD01, go to the commissioner, and then commissioner will go ahead and tell you how much is the compounding amount to be paid. Now, if you had done an offense which is under 132 1A, C, D, E, why they have not written B? Because for B, 132 1B, there is no compounding only. Or the compounding amount where the amount exceeds 5 crore, compounding amount where the amount exceeds 2 crore but up to 5 crore, means where the offense ka amount is up to 5 crore, greater than 2 crore, up to 5 crore, only then you will be taken to jail. So they are going ahead and telling. Or where the amount is more than 5 crore, they are going ahead and telling over here. Up to 75% of the amount involved, whatever ghapla you have done, whatever tax evasion or tax evaded, ITC wrongly availed, whatever you have done, 75% of the amount involved, minimum will be 50%. Here it will be 60% of the amount involved, minimum will be 40%. Here F, H and I के लिए they have gone ahead and told, sir, amount equivalent to 25% of the tax evaded, amount equivalent to 25% of the evasion which you have done. If you attempt or abate all this, means you have done this, then here, if you try to do or you are encouraging someone to do, then also Baba, amount equivalent to 25% of the tax evaded. Here also amount equal to 25% of the tax evaded. Might be you are falling under 2 cases over here, 2 provision. Then remember one thing, if the offense falls under more than one category, compounding amount shall be higher of the 2. Compounding shall be higher of the 2 amount. If you are falling in 2 criteria, then they are going ahead and telling in both the criteria amount to be calculated, and whatever is the higher compounding fees, that amount has to be paid. This also I have gone ahead and in detail spoken when I have gone ahead and explained you the statutory update. If you want to understand in detail, you can refer to the statutory update with example I have told over there. Here we are done with all the amendments in the chapter of offenses and penalties. Done. Now, the various amendments in the chapter of place of supply. Listen carefully. Section number 10.1, A, B, C was already there. Here one CA has been introduced, wherein if there is any sale which has been made to an unregistered person over the counter. So for an example, I went from Bangalore, I went to Delhi. In Delhi, I am an unregistered person. So I am an unregistered person, I went to Delhi. In Delhi, I went to one shop, told the shopkeeper, please sell me a mobile phone. He sold me the mobile phone. In that scenario, if you see, he will say location of the goods at the time of delivery. When he is giving me the risk and reward, he will say the place of supply is Delhi, and he will go ahead and say the place of supply is Delhi, and he will charge me CGST and SGST. But here government, in order to transfer the tax to the actual state where the goods have been used, government went ahead and told whenever the supply is made to an unregistered person over the counter sales, basically which is an over the counter sale, the place of supply if the address of the person is recorded in the invoice, I tell him, the shopkeeper, I am from Bangalore, Karnataka, then Baba, the place of supply will be location as per the address, and he will charge me IGST, so that the appropriate SGST amount from the IGST, the state government ka amount can be transferred to Karnataka. But if address is not recorded in the invoice, then sir, then Baba, the location of the supplier will become the place of supply. And over here, one more point has been told, recording the name of the state of the person. Just if he records that Ramesh from Karnataka, Ramesh, Karnataka, then Baba, it will be deemed that my address has been recorded. He does not need my full address. Oh, you stay here, here, here. Everything is not required. Just if he mentioned that this mobile phone is sold to Ramesh of Karnataka, enough. Place of supply will become Karnataka, and if it does not mention the address, then it's in that scenario, location of supplier will become the place of supply. This is 110 CA which has been introduced with respect to over the counter sale whenever it is made to an unregistered person. Okay, sir. Secondly, this section number 12.8 ka proviso which was there, no, this was useless kind of a proviso. So government went ahead and told we will delete it, and this proviso has been deleted, subsequent to which this circular which is there, please delete this circular also, because anyways now the provisions of section number 12.8 will be applicable whenever transportation of goods is happening. So if supplier is in India, recipient is in India, remember one thing, if recipient is a registered person, location of registered person is the place of supply. If recipient is not a registered person, then in that scenario, wherever the goods are given, handed over, that will become the place of supply, and accordingly GST will be charged. That's all. So this proviso has been deleted. One more point over here, section number 13.9. This section number 13.9 altogether has been deleted. And because section number 13.9 has been deleted, what will happen over here is residual rule will be applicable whenever any transportation of goods is happening. Supply is in India, recipient is outside India, or supply is outside India, recipient is in India, please apply residuary rule. This will be applicable. So here this circular which was there on Antrix Corporation, basically going ahead and giving satellite launch service to international customer, instead of section number 13.9, now section number 13.2 general clause will be applicable. That's all is the change which you have to do in this circular also. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, sir. Besides this, one more circular has come with respect to advertisement. Let me tell you what is it. For an example, I have a hoarding over here. This hoarding ka board belongs to me. Okay? Now there is an advertisement company. This advertisement company went ahead and told me, and this advertisement company does advertisement for many people. So these people go to the advertisement company and say, I want to do advertisement. Can you place my advertisement on the hoarding? They will get all the billboard etc. printed, and they came and told me, Ramesh sir, can you please give me your hoarding on rent, or can you give me the right to use your hoarding? These hoardings which are there, can you allow me to use? Tell me one thing, hoarding is attached to the earth. When I give any advertisement company this hoarding saying you do use it, don't use it, do whatever with the hoarding, for 1 year I will charge 1 lakh rupees. I gave it to them. Can you tell me location of supplier, whatever is there, what will be the place of supply in this scenario? Which rule will be applicable? Whenever this hoarding, billboards, etc. are given, remember these are immovable property because these are attached to the earth. And whenever immovable property related any service is given by any person, section number 12.3 will be applicable. Location of the immovable property will become the place of supply. That's all. Sir, one more thing, tell me, advertisement company also gave this service to the customer, no? By putting their billboard, etc. over here in the hoarding. First service was when me, the owner of this hoarding, gave the right to use services in relation to immovable property. When this advertisement company went ahead and gave advertisement service, remember it's not an advertisement service given to government, it's just a general advertisement service. General rule section number 12.2 will be applicable. I hope this point is clear. Secondly, supposingly there is an advertisement company. Advertisement company. Advertisement. Advertisement. Advertisement company. They take advertisement work from people. These are the customers who are there. When they give service to the customer, section number 12.2 general rule. But supposingly advertisement company went ahead and told me, Ramesh, we want on behalf of this customer, we have charged 10 lakh rupees. They will not tell. We will give you 8 lakh rupees. Do one thing. Find out one billboard or whatever hoarding, you have it, you don't have it, find out in the market. On 5 hoardings, you have to do this advertisement, get all the printing done, whatever has to be advertised, and you give us the advertisement service, and we are giving the advertisement service to the client. Here they will charge 10 lakh rupees, give them 8 lakh rupees and get the hoarding. Might be hoarding belongs to him, might be hoarding doesn't belong to him. Advertisement ka work is only given to him. In this scenario, remember one thing, he is not renting immovable property, he is providing advertisement services. For this, section number 12(2) general rule will be applicable. I hope this point is clear. That's all they have told. Supply of space on hoarding by a vendor. When I have a space which I have gone ahead and supplied, then Baba, remember one thing. If space is given to the advertisement company, you are giving the right to use immovable property, and section number 12(3) shall apply. Place of supply is location of such hoarding. Done, sir. But where the vendor is responsible for displaying of advertisement, here I told, hey, you only have to make sure you get the advertisements printed, pasted, everything done over here. When the vendor is responsible for all the advertisement, etc., then they have gone ahead and told an advertisement company does not occupy the structure. Advertisement company did not take any hoarding structure from him. Here vendor is providing advertisement services to the advertisement company, and section number 12(2) will apply. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Done, sir. Point is clear. Here we are done with the various amendments which came in the chapter of place of supply. Done. Now, what are the amendments in the chapter of imports under GST? Listen to me very carefully. Imports under GST, first change is they have done some small changes in the definition of OIDR service, where they have gone ahead and told this essentially automated, involving minimum human intervention. But these were vague words which were there, so they went ahead and removed it. They also went ahead and told that OIDR services means a person who is supplying online gaming, but they have gone ahead and told excluding online money gaming. If online money gaming is being provided, for that basically section number 14A, one special section has been introduced, and hence they have told it online money gaming will not be included in OIDR service, because we have made a special provision altogether for that. Okay. Next, so first point, OIDR services definition amended. Okay, doesn't matter, not very important. Secondly, NTOR ka definition has been amended, and they have gone ahead and told NTOR means unregistered person. Simple. This total bakwas definition which was there, government, local authority, individual, unregistered person receiving for that, bekar. They have told NTOR means any person who is unregistered and receiving OIDR services from outside India is an NTOR. So if I am going ahead and receiving OIDR services from outside India and I am not a registered person, I am an NTOR. Okay. But remember one thing, they have told if there is a TDS deductor who has registered, government department registered as TDS deductor, please government department ke upar don't apply RCM. Government department doesn't want to pay, and hence they told this NTOR will include a person registered as TDS deductor. Hence those government department which are registered as TDS deductor will be considered as unregistered person. They will be considered as NTOR, and in that scenario, the OIDR supplying services from outside India to NTOR. First of all, I hope you guys remember, OIDR should take compulsory registration, section number 24. Now OIDR will go ahead and charge you IGST, that will be under forward charge mechanism. Simplified registration is there for all the OIDRs. Done. If OIDR is applying to all other person other than unregistered, other than this NTOR means unregistered person and TDS deductors. Other than these people, then sir, reverse charge mechanism will be applicable. Our recipient will be liable to pay. I hope this point is clear. NTOR ka definition has been amended, which is NTOR means only unregistered person receiving OIDR service, and it includes a person who is registered as TDS deductor. Okay? Person registered as TDS deductor will be considered as an NTOR. Done. Then one more point which they have introduced, section number 14A. If I am not wrong, yes, section number 14A has now been introduced. Supplier of online mobile gaming ke liye special provision has been drafted. Nothing. They are liable to pay IGST. For compliance, they will take compulsory registration. Whatever compliances they have to do in India, pay the taxes, etc., they have to take compulsory registration. Section number 24 mein I told you, registration. Simplified registration, single registration, they will take a simplified registration in India, pay the IGST. In case of non-compliance, remember, beta, You are a OIDR supplying, you are liable to pay IGST. And for compliance, please take compulsory registration, which is a simplified registration. And in case of non-compliance, any information generated, transmitted, received or hosted in any computer resource used for supplying of online mobile gaming, that will be liable to be blocked. Non-compliance, did not take registration, not collecting GST and paying. All the information which you are basically supplying, information generated, transmitted, etc., will be liable to be blocked for access by the public. That's all. That's all they have gone ahead and told. And that's it with respect to the amendment for your online money gaming wala person. Listen, for specified all the actionable claim, I have given one actionable claim ka chart at the last. That actionable claim ka chart also at the last, I will go ahead and release one video. Don't worry about it, where we'll talk about complete actionable claims. Done, Baba, done. Imports under GST ka amendments are done. Now, the next amendment is not amendment. Actually, it's a small circular which has come under the exports under GST. Exports under GST, there are two circulars which have come. Both the circulars I have explained along with the statutory update. However, one circular is important, so I'm talking over here. The other circular is okay. You can read it once. What is the exports under GST ka circular which has come? So what they are going ahead and telling, if supposingly I have gone ahead and exported some service outside India, now exports ka definition says supply is in India, recipient is outside India, place of supply is outside India, and I should be receiving foreign convertible currency. Now, nowadays what has happened is, government have gone ahead and opened special Vastro accounts. Now, special Vastro accounts ke through INR mein payments are being made to these exporters of services. And whenever special Vastro account ke through INR mein payment will be made to me, sir, what is this special Vastro account? Baba, special Vastro account ke liye I have already discussed in the statutory update. Please see that detailed video over there. I have spoken about what is special Vastro account. So what happens, special Vastro account ke through, if INR mein any payment is being done to me, ठीक है? So for an example, Russia ka one bank has opened one account in India, which is a Vastro account with a bank in India. Now, what is happening over here? Whenever any person from Russia has to make payment to me, he will no more use dollars. What he will do, to his bank, he will make the payment. His bank will direct that bank which is in India, which is maintaining the special Vastro account, to make the payment to me in INR. Now, I received INR. I did not receive foreign convertible currency. Even if I don't receive foreign convertible currency, government is telling, if you have received the amount through special Vastro account, it will be deemed that you have made the compliance of receiving the foreign convertible currency, and hence your service will become an export of service. That's all is the circular. Not a very important circular, but both. There are two circulars which have come. I have explained in the statutory update detailed video which is there. If you want, you can quickly cover there also. I have told you what was the important circular over here. Chalo. We are done with the amendment relating to exports under GST. Now, what are the different amendments which are there in the chapter of refunds? Refund ka chapter mein, the first point which I want to go ahead and talk about it. Listen. Now, sir, from the date of application, once you submit the application, your refund should be processed within 60 days. If the refund is not processed within 60 days, after 60 days, whatever the delay is there, you will be getting interest for that. I hope you guys remember, you will be given interest for any period of delay beyond 60 days. Now, what used to happen is, this 60 days within these 60 days, they also used to issue you a notice in GST RFD 08 saying, sir, there is some deficiency or there is some clarification which is required. Now, what you did, to reply to the notice, you are given 15 days, and this 15 days is included in the 60 days. But what if, supposingly you went ahead and took 30 days to reply, you took 15 days extra. And you took this 15 days extra, and because of that, what happened, they went ahead and gave you the refund within 75 days. Now, who had taken extra 15 days? You had taken extra 15 days. You took 30 days. 30 days means 15 days was already allowed, and 15 days you took extra. It means according to them, they have processed the refund within 60 days only. The extra time which you took will not be considered while calculating the 60 days. Means basically the delay, number of days of delay, when they see how many days of delay has been done, and for that interest will be paid to you, this extra 15 days which you took will not be considered. That is what they are trying to tell over here. Let's see what is the amendment which has been brought. They are telling the period of delay beyond 60 days for which interest is payable. Sir, the period of delay period of delay beyond 60 days, whatever is the period of delay, for that you are paid interest, right? So they are telling for which interest is payable will not include any period beyond 15 days on receipt of GST RFD 08 which the applicant takes to reply in RFD 09 or submit the document. Now they are going ahead and telling, supposingly your refund was processed in 90 days. So it means 60 days mein to processing should be done. So the delay is 30 days. So you should get interest for 30 days. But actually what happened, you know, they had given RFD 08 and to reply to the RFD 08 you took 20 days. 15 days is allowed. How much days you took extra? 5 days. So that 5 days will be deleted and you will be given interest only for 25 days is what they are trying to tell over here. For my mistake, why will the department give interest is what they are trying to tell. Or they are telling this period of delay will not include any time taken by the applicant for furnishing correct bank account detail. Might be they had to give the money within 60 days. I've given wrong bank account detail. Now to give correct bank account detail, I took time. I took 10 days ka time. So for that 10 days, they will not give you any interest. So they are telling to furnish correct bank account detail or validating the bank account where refund sanction could not be credited. Your refund sanctioned, but the refund could not be credited. Might be your bank account details were not correct or there was some issue for which you had to do the validation. If you take any time, might be, now I'll tell you like this. For an example, period of delay. Actually, to give the refund, they went ahead and took, supposingly, to give the refund, they took 90 days. Out of this 90 days, 60 days to anyways is allowed from the date of submission. It means 30 days extra. Out of this, they will go ahead and say, sir, you had a mistake in your bank account. You took 10 days to correct the bank account. So the period of delay will be only 20 days from their end and they will give you interest only for this 20 days at the rate of 6%. For this 20 days, interest will be given. That's all they are trying to tell over here. I hope this point is clear. So whenever you delay more than 15 days for replying to your GSTR 8, that period of delay for replying to GSTR 8 plus if your bank account details are not correctly furnished, to furnish the correct bank account or to validate your bank account details, if you take time, that time which you take will not be considered in the period of delay for which you are given interest at the rate of 6% under section number 56. I hope this point is clear to all of you. Yes, sir, this point is clear. The second amendment which is there, basically here earlier excess payment of tax was written. Now they have gone ahead and made a small change and they have gone ahead and told if excess payment you have done of tax or interest or you have gone ahead and made any excess payment of any other amount from the date of payment, basically they are telling you will be given the refund. You have to make an application within 2 years showing a statement of the transaction detail, whatever. So they are telling excess payment of tax or interest or any other amount, you will be given a refund. Earlier it used to say only excess payment of tax you will be given a refund. So sir, excess payment of tax or interest or any other amount, you have to make an application on RFD 01 along with the details and you will be given the refund. CTP and NRTP, they used to say earlier that they have to go, if they want to claim a refund, they have to claim it in the last return which they are filing. Which means when they are filing their last GSTR 3B, in that they have to say that they want a refund of the e-cash ledger whichever is remaining. But Baba, this provision was never effective practically because in the GSTR 3B you don't have any provision to go ahead and claim any amount which is lying in your e-cash ledger, and hence now this provision has been amended and they have gone ahead and told after you have filed your last return, whatever is the amount in the e-cash ledger, you can file your refund application and take a refund. They have now told refund by CTP and RTP shall be claimed not in the last return, only after the last return required to be furnished has been so furnished. So once you have filed your last return, which is there, file your last return and then they will go ahead and give you the refund. Not in the last return. You can't claim it in the last return. You can claim after the last return has been filed by you. Done, sir. Also, whenever you are going ahead and claiming a refund of your unutilized ITC, they have gone ahead and told over here, refund under 154.3, which is basically refund of your unutilized ITC, it was restricted to the extent of credit which was reflecting in GSTR 2A. So when you are claiming a refund of the unutilized ITC, only those credits which were reflecting in your GSTR 2A, for that credit, unutilized ITC, basically unutilized ITC, whatever refund you were claiming, that should be reflecting in your GSTR 2A. Now, because GSTR 2B has come, they have gone ahead and told over here, instead of GSTR 2A, it will be GSTR 2B. For this, basically, they have gone ahead and launched one circular also. I'll show you over here. Refund of accumulated ITC. Baba, this is my statutory update material, which is also available under free resources. Okay? Accumulated ITC under section number 54.3. For a tax period, whenever you are claiming accumulated ITC ka refund, it shall be restricted to those ITC only, those invoices, the details of which are appearing in GSTR 2B and not 2A. And hence I have cut over here and written 2B. So those invoices which are appearing in your GSTR 2B, only with respect to that, unutilized ITC ka refund will be given. And unutilized ITC ka refund is given only in two scenarios. I hope you guys remember. Yes, sir. Zero rated supply and inverted duty structure. Done. Yes, sir. This point is clear. Here we are done with the refund. But refund ka chapter mein, one more small point is there which I want to tell you. This 89.4 mein, when you are going ahead and claiming a refund of your unutilized ITC by applying rule number 89.4, adjusted turnover mein, sir, they are telling when you are calculating adjusted turnover, what will be the value of the goods which are exported out of India? They are going ahead and telling the value of the goods which are exported out of India will be the same as provided in the explanation. And this explanation I had already explained you. Basically, whatever amount you show in the shipping bill or whatever is the invoice value, whichever is higher, that is taken as the value of your goods which are exported out of India, and that amount is taken in the adjusted turnover, is what they are trying to tell. Basically, this amendment is no amendment. Okay. Now, the next one. Yes, sir. Here we are done with the chapter of refunds. Now, one small section has been introduced under your miscellaneous provision. Actually, one addition, one small section, section number 158A, read with rule number 163 has been introduced. Detailed discussion of this section I have already done in the statutory update. I'll tell you what is happening over here. Baba, you must see the statutory update in detail so that you can attempt in the exam. This is just a revision, so I'm just quickly going ahead and telling you. Now, under section number 158A, read with rule number 163, accounts aggregator system, which is basically an NBFC who goes ahead and takes all the details and provides it to financial users, who are the financial details whoever needs your financial detail. So basically, if I am a registered person, this is the GSTN and this is the accounts aggregator, account aggregator. One system has been introduced by the government. Basically, these are not system, these are NBFCs who collect the details and provide it to the various banks, etc. Now, for an example, bank needs my financial detail, what is my sale, what is my tax which I am going ahead and paying, all these details. So what can happen is, I am a registered person. First of all, I will go ahead and give my consent to the aggregator that I allow you to take all the GST related detail, which is GSTR1 related detail, GST-REG01 related detail, and GSTR3B related detail. I allow you to take it from GSTN and provide it to those people who need it. Okay? Might be bank wanted my sales ka detail. So I told account aggregator system ke through you can take it. Now here, first of all, I'll give my consent to the account aggregator system. Now account aggregator system will share this consent with the GSTN, and GSTN will share all this information with them, and the information will be shared with whoever is the financial details, whoever needs this financial detail, these details will be shared with them. So that is what is an account aggregator system. Now accounts aggregator system has been brought under GST, and so it says account aggregator is notified as the system with, two time I've written, with which information in GST-REG01, GSTR3B or GSTR1 may be shared by the common portal based on a consent from the registered person. So once the registered person gives a consent, the consent will be forwarded to GSTN. GSTN will share your information, whatever you have allowed GSTR1, GSTR13B or GST-REC01 ka detail, and the account aggregator system will share this detail with whoever is the person who needs this detail. That's all has been told over here. That's section number 158A, rule number 1, read with rule number 163 has been introduced. That I have gone ahead and quickly told you. Here we are done with your amendment for the chapter of miscellaneous provision. Now, a small change in your export procedure, section number 51A. Baba, section number 51A, payment of duty, interest, penalty, late fee or any other amount, you have to go ahead and use your e-cash ledger which is maintained under the custom automated system. Now here, e-cash ledger is not applicable in some cases, and those cases are over here. Number one. So you have to remember, whenever you have to make the payment of duty, interest, penalty, late fee or any other amount, you have to go ahead and make it through the e-cash ledger. But with respect to this, you don't have to use your e-cash ledger. With respect to goods imported or exported in custom station where custom automated system is not in place, okay. With respect to goods imported or exported at international courier terminal, ठीक है, at international courier terminal, it is not applicable. Then e-cash ledger maintained under the custom automated system, you don't have to use it for making payment. Manual payment can be done. With respect to accompanied baggage, you are coming from outside India, some goods were there on which you have to pay the duty. E-cash ledger you will have. No, you don't have e-cash ledger. You can make manual payment here. Other than those used for making electronic payment. So sir, wherever electronic payment is told, for an example, bill of entry where the amount is more than 10,000, electronic payment is told, e-payment is mandatory. But supposingly you have to make a payment of duties of customs, cess, etc., which is basically only 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, then also manually you can generate a challan and make the payment. In that scenario, you e-cash ledger using and making the payment is not required. Means depositing the money in e-cash ledger and making the payment is not required. This was a small amendment in the chapter of export procedure. Done. Import and export procedure. Now there is a chart which is there on actionable claim which I have gone ahead and put it over here. Sir, why is this chart over here? Basically this chart is nothing other than a summary of all the changes which have come with respect to actionable claims, which is basically lottery, betting, gambling, horse racing, casinos and now online mobile gaming. For this I will provide you a video at the after this you will see a video on actionable claim where I'll quickly go through all of them so that you can quickly recap. Done, Baba, done. I hope you guys enjoyed the quick recap of all the amendments from your chart book. Please make these changes in your chart book. I wish you guys all the best, but don't forget to practice question answers. You must practice question answers. Only then you will get good marks in the exam. All the best, guys. Love you all. If you like the video, do hit the like button so that it reaches to maximum number of students. Love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Please come to actionable claim. Let me quickly summarize this chart for you. So for your May 24 attempt, actionable claim becomes very important. So what I've gone ahead and done is, I've gone ahead and done this summary chart. So not a chart, summary note I've gone ahead and written so that we can quickly go ahead and run through what are the various things which we have to take care for actionable claim. Remember one thing, all actionable claims are goods, but supply of only specified actionable claim is supply of goods. Only specified actionable claim. Now they have gone ahead and told Schedule 3 entry number 6, actionable claim other than specified actionable claim shall be neither supply of goods nor supply of service. So it means only specified actionable claim whenever it is supplied. That will be lottery, betting, gambling were deleted and they have told specified actionable claim. Only supply of specified actionable claim will be supply of goods. And sir, what is supply of goods? What is specified actionable claim? Lottery, betting, gambling was already there. Now horse racing, casino and online mobile gaming also they have specifically gone ahead and told, and they are telling over here now lottery, betting, gambling, horse racing, casino, online money gaming pay. Sir, these are specified actionable claim and on this GST will come. Done, sir. Sir, what will be the value for the purpose of lottery? This was already there. Rule number 31A. Value will be 100 divided by 128 of the face value of the ticket or price notified in the official gazette of the organizing state, whichever is higher. Okay, sir. For betting, gambling, horse race, again rule number 31 used to say whatever amount you want to put in the bet, the face value of the bet or amount you put in the totalizer machine, that is the value of the supply. ठीक है. Casino के लिए new valuation rule, rule number 31C introduced, which says whatever amount paid or payable by the player for purchase of token, chips, coin or ticket or any amount paid for participating in an event including game, scheme or competition or any other activity. Remember, I went to a casino, paid 1 lakh rupees, bought chips. What is the value of supply by the casino to me? Sir, it is, remember always, it is whatever I have paid, that is the value of supply. On that, they will go ahead and charge GST. Might be I played out of 1 lakh rupees only for 80,000 rupees and 20,000 rupees ka chips were remaining with me. I gave it back to them. Remember, those chips will not be deducted. They will not go ahead and charge you GST on 1 lakh minus 20,000 ka chips returned. 1 lakh से 20,000 का chips I returned 80,000. 80,000 पे they will not charge GST. Whatever the amount I had paid or payable, on that they will charge GST. This is told any amount returned or refunded will not be deducted from the value of supply. The next is online money gaming. Whenever online money gaming is done, remember new rule number 31A is introduced. So online money gaming, poker khelo, this game you play, that game you play, you have to pay an amount and then play. They are telling rule number 31B introduced, the amount paid or payable or to be deposited with the supplier or money's worth including virtual digital asset, might be you paid it through Bitcoin by or on behalf of the player, might be you paid 1 lakh rupees to participate in any event. Now when you paid 1 lakh rupees, what is the value of supply of online money gaming? They will charge you GST on 1 lakh rupees. Sir, now tell me one thing. GST has to be charged on what amount? Sir, 1 lakh rupees. Sir, supposingly I played only for 80,000 and they returned me 20,000. So GST will come on 80? No, sir, 1 lakh rupees pe. See, any amount returned or refunded to the supplier shall not be deducted from the value of supply. Plus, for rule number 31B and 31C, they have inserted one more explanation that supposingly I was sitting on a table and I was playing casino mein, throwing chips, earning, taking more chips, getting more chips, again winning, again getting more chips. So supposingly I had this many chips, now this became this many chips. So sir, this many chips which I earned, on this also will GST come? No, they are going ahead and telling rule number 31B and C, any amount received by the player by winning an event which is used for playing further without any withdrawal shall not be considered as the amount paid or deposited on behalf of the player. So sir, I gave chips, I bought these chips, on that GST will come. Now I won some more chips and I'm playing again. So on this winning amount, I don't have to pay any GST. But supposingly I had this many chips which were remaining, this many, I won all of these chips, I encashed. Next day I came and played. Then remember one thing, next day I'll pay again. The amount paid or payable, whatever you pay, on that GST will come. Done, sir. Point is clear. Remember one thing, actionable claims, import of online money gaming. Although it's an importation of goods, actionable claims are goods, but custom duty will not come on this. GST Act mein GST will be applicable. Remember, importation of online money gaming pay, IGST will come as importation of goods without the applicability of custom duty. ठीक है sir. Sir, now I am a person who is supplying online money gaming from outside India into India. Do I have to take registration? Yes, Baba, compulsory registration has been told for supplier of online money gaming from outside India. Rule number 8 is not applicable to them. OIDR के लिए rule number 14 was applicable. Same rule has been made applicable. They have to file not GST REG01 for registration, REG10. ठीक है sir. Then section number 14A, one new section has been introduced for person supplying online money gaming. Online money gaming वाला person has to pay IGST. For that they will have to take simplified registration, which is a single registration across India. Sir, if person supplying online money gaming has representative will go ahead and take registration and pay GST. If representative is not there and supplier does not have physical presence in the taxable territory, then remember one thing, he has to appoint a person in the taxable territory who will do the compliances. Sir, I don't want to do the compliances. Remember one thing, if this person who is supplying online money gaming, sir, if he does not do the compliances which are told over here, not taking registration, not paying the taxes correctly, not appointed a representative, remember, any information generated, transmitted, received or hosted in any computer resource which is used for online money gaming by supplier shall be blocked for access. It means whatever information they have stored in a computer and they are doing online money gaming, that Baba, it will be blocked. They will not be able to do any online money gaming. Chapter closed for them. Tax invoice, remember one thing. In case of supply of online money gaming, irrespective of the value, your tax invoice shall always contain, means even if they have supplied the services to an unregistered person, remember supplier of online money gaming has to, invoice may always they have to mention the name of the state of the recipient, and the same shall be deemed to be the address on record of the recipient. So online mobile gaming ka supplier always has to go ahead, even if they are supplying to unregistered person, even if the value of supply is 10 rupees, they have to go ahead and mention the name of the state of the recipient, and that will be only deemed as the address on record. Why, sir, they have to mention the state? So that government can appropriately transfer the GST amount to that state. Then, sir, remember actionable claim ka case mein, all these actionable claims which are above, lottery, betting, gambling was already there, horse racing, casino and online money gaming. Remember one thing, all these are actionable claim, and actionable claim ka case mein, time of supply section number 12(2) told us that liability will come on the date of invoice or last date to issue invoice. Date of receipt of payment was not considered, but in case of actionable claim, date of receipt of payment will be considered. It means actionable claim may you will be liable to pay on the receipt of advance also. Sir, payment of tax ka case mein, one point which they have told is, if you are a supplier of online money gaming from outside India, please remember you can make deposit in the eCash ledger using international money transfer also. But remember, this will be from a date which will be notified by the government. They will be allowed to use international money transfer, but from a date to be notified. Now, sir, what is the return? Supplier of online money gaming from outside India will be filing GSTR 5A, which is for the OIDR. Same thing. They should be filing on or before 20th of the month succeeding the calendar month. I hope this small, sweet, actionable claim related chart which is there will help you wherever any small points comes in the exam. I hope you all enjoyed the amendments. Please do make the changes. Here I will go ahead. First of all, here I will go ahead and close my summary on actionable claim. Love you all. Done.